Well, we're going to get some very good defense in Alabama this weekend. I feel like the emphasis is going to be trying to stop the run, but I know if we go out there and execute the passing plays that the coaches call and execute the running plays that the coaches call, then we'll be very balanced. And I guess they have to pick their poison. Hopefully, we can be balanced this game because that's the only way we'll be able to move the ball in a good team like this. So, I feel like we can't be one-dimensional by any means this game, but hopefully we can get it rolling in both aspects of the game and be successful.
You touched on it, but executing those plays when they're called, because the chances are that you probably won't get a ton of called pass plays. You think it'll be run heavy, or do you think it'll be
I feel like, the steps that we've taken in the last few weeks of making the passing game have been better, and I feel like, we're getting more confidence, and Brandon's being more comfortable. I feel like, the calls will be there, running in pass early. I feel like, we'll get enough opportunities to make big plays through the passing game, and we'll just have to execute and make the plays when called.
We don't talk to him, so you're around him a lot. How's his attitude going into this game? The magnitude of what he's about to be involved in.
Definitely. I feel like he's taking it very serious. He's staying comfortable and relaxed, but also taking it very serious because he knows the magnitude of this game and what it presents and what this can determine our season moving forward. So he knows that this game this week is going to catapult us moving forward. And, I feel like he's doing the best he can possibly be doing at this point, preparing for this game. And I think he's taking it as serious as it is, and he'll be ready by Saturday.
What threat is he when a pocket breaks down and he can run? What kind of threat is he?
I feel like he's a very big threat because he can run, or he can scramble with his eyes downfield still. And he's made plays the last two games that we had with me against Florida and Tyron against Western Kentucky. And once the play breaks down, scramble rules apply for us and the quarterbacks, and we're taught that daily. And we know the defensive backs are put in a tough position when we scramble because we're not running any routes anymore. We're just trying to get open at that point. And when Brandon's out the pocket, he's going to outrun defensive linemen. So he can run or he can pass the ball when he's out the pocket. So he's he's a dangerous threat.
What's the biggest difference you see in their secondary from last year to this year?
Just more maturity. They have a new corner starting this year, but I feel like he's playing with Nick Saban, so he's obviously done a lot of things right. And I feel like they're playing very well at this point. A lot of teams have thrown interceptions to them, and they've returned a few for touchdowns. So I just feel like they're playing very sound. Coach Saban's a really good defensive back coach. So I just feel like we have to be on A game from Saturday, and we'll be able to get over.
Do you love that their defensive front seven does their secondary get overlooked as far as being talented?
I don't feel like they're getting overlooked at all. I feel like we're taking them very serious. We know that they have a lot of talent in that secondary. They're going to be one of the best we've faced all year. So we just have to prepare hard every day because we know Brandon is going to get pressure, and we know we have to run really good routes to get open early. So it's just one of those things that we know is going to be a big game. We know they're going to be ready just as well as we are, so we have to prepare like we're playing NFL defensive backs.
It's an easy stat to throw out there that you guys have lost the last 4 to them. How often do you hear that? Does it ring home?
Around here, the coaches trying to stay out of that as far as, remind us how we lost in the last 4 years. Every year we played in this tough game, and, they just come out on top of the last few. But, amongst the players, we talk about it. We know it's very relevant, and we don't look past it, but at the same time, we know we have to prepare hard. And, we don't want to dwell on the losses that we've taken, but, we use this fuel moving forward, and hopefully we can come out victorious.
You're recruited by Alabama. I know this game kind of means something, but you want your team to win to show that you made the right choice.
Well, I'm here at LSU, so my heart's here, and I know they have a season that they have to worry about, and we have a season that we have to worry about. And at this point, we're undefeated, so just going into this game, our job is to try and stay undefeated. And I'm not really worried about too much anything they have going on over there until Saturday when we get there and play. So, just wish them the best of luck, but we have to play our A game Saturday.
A couple of LSU's past few losses have come with LSU having some very experienced playmakers, yet this year feels like the year for you guys to do it, and the playmakers on offense are a lot of sophomores. What's that say about this class and the group of guys that you came in with?
Right, we have a lot of talent in my class, and we have a lot of talent in the backfield and at the receiver position and freshmen also. So, in that aspect, we're still young at the skill position, and we have a lot lot of playmakers that are still young in this offense, but at the same time, we have to play big roles because we're a really good team this year. We're undefeated at this point. We want to stay undefeated. We really can't behind our age. We just have to play our role. And so far it's been making big plays for the team because we need to put up points. And as long as we keep doing our job the way we have been, I feel like we can be successful and keep getting victories.
I was always curious to ask you, what was it like to have Nick Saban and Les Miles both come to your house in the same day?
It was different, and I had just gotten back from my Ole Miss visit also, so it was a very big turnaround. I had just gotten back. I didn't get much sleep, and I woke up and Coach Miles was at my house, or Coach Saban was at my house. And then as soon as he left, I thought I could catch a nap, and then Coach Saban was at my house. And then I had to catch a flight to Los Angeles to go to UCLA. So it was very different, and I had to hear a lot of recruiting pitches that day. So there was a lot going through my mind, but at the same time, I just realized I was very blessed for the opportunity to have two great historic coaches in my house. And I remember that day, but it was pretty cool.
Sort of that recruitment process, this being one of the last 5 years, this being one of the marquee games of the college football season, is part of the reason you came here to play games like this.
Definitely. Growing up watching games between LSU and Alabama makes me realize the magnitude of what I'm about to play this year. And last year, we had a few losses going into the Alabama game, but this year we undefeated and they only have one loss. So, it's kind of the 2011 feel, and we know that their season rides on this and our season rides on this also. So, it's going to be blown up, but for good reason, and we know we have to play hard, prepare hard, so we can be one of those games that are great and make the best team win.
What do you feel like that